welcome to the other 167. I'm Victor Jasti from Hyderabad. Today my message is enough is enough. Have you ever felt any time that enough is enough? When a decision a family makes and it doesn't profit the family, and the decision turns tragic instead of a blessing, have you ever said enough is enough? Well, Naomi in the Bible felt the same. Because of a famine in Bethlehem, she and her husband Elimelech, their two sons, settled in Moab, which is about 30 miles from Bethlehem, a distance of about 7 to 10 days by foot. Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died. She was left with her two sons who married Moabite women. One married a woman named Orpah and the other married a woman named Ruth. Then about 10 years later, both the sons died, leaving them no men in the family to support them. It seemed that they were doomed to a life of poverty. This left Naomi alone and she had to make a choice. Either she could stay in Moab where she had no family or social support, or she could move back to Bethlehem, her hometown. But fearing that her daughter-in-law's situation might worsen if they move away from their families and potential husbands, Naomi requested Orpah and Ruth to stay behind. Naomi told both her daughter-in-laws about her decision and urged them to go back to their families where they may get a chance to marry again. Orpah stayed behind, but Ruth refused to leave Naomi's side. Naomi tried three times to convince Ruth to stay behind and marry someone from their own countrymen, but she refused and decided to follow Naomi to Bethlehem. Ruth left Moab to Bethlehem, where she could be a part of Naomi's family and serve God rather than her own gods. That is where her story of unconditional love and faithfulness began, and where we can look to get a picture of God's faithfulness on earth. Though Orpah ultimately elected to stay behind, Ruth's love for Naomi compelled her to be with her. She gladly gave up a family, homeland, and a chance at a marriage to follow Naomi and serve God. When Ruth expressed her unconditional love for Naomi, she received unconditional love in return. This began with Ruth's offer to gather extra crops in the fields for Naomi. This was a stipulation in God's law for those who were poor, especially widows, orphans, and those from a foreign land. They were permitted to gather any crops dropped on the ground or left during their harvest as a form of social support, and all farmers were required to allow them to do it. Ruth did this to support herself and Naomi, and while she worked, she met the owner of the land and the kinsman redeemer of the family, Boaz. Ruth's unconditional love for Naomi spread throughout the town, inspiring Boaz to treat Ruth with kindness. Eventually Boaz arranged to marry Ruth, redeeming her and Naomi from a life of poverty and providing Naomi with a grandson to carry on Elimelech's family name. When you come to a situation where you say enough is enough, God will show you the way. However desperate the situation may be, God has a plan for you. You don't have to go to a different country. No need to go to your kith and kin for help. No need to look through your window to seek guidance. Here I quote the prayer of faith by Hannah More. God is my help in every need. God does my every hunger feed. God walks beside me, guides my way through every moment of the day. I am now wise. I am true, patient, and kind, and loving too. All things I am, can do, and be through Christ, the truth that is in me. God bless you.